Trust me, you are going to love this recipe. Let's make my gem-inspired walnut and raisin fudge. First up, for my delicious buttery fudge, I have added in 200 grams of the 600 gram total amount of caster sugar into the bottom of a heavy base saucepan, and I'm just going to be adding some water here. And this goes over a medium to low heat, and we're going to cook this until it turns a beautiful golden brown caramel colour. While my sugar and water are coming to a nice caramel colour, I have organised my remaining ingredients. So when we do reach that caramel stage, I will be adding in some cream, a good dash of vanilla, a pinch of sea salt, some butter, and my remaining sugar, and they'll all be mixed together. And then we'll move on to our star ingredients, the beautiful gem gourmet raisins and the gem walnuts. So as you know, walnut and raisin is a winning combination. They work so well together, and they just pair beautifully with this fudge. So I'm just going to check my sugar now, but I'd say we're almost there. Now, as you can see, we have just reached that beautiful caramel colour. So now I'm going to be adding in the rest of my ingredients. This probably will steam up because I'm adding cold to hot, but I'm just going to be pouring in my vanilla like so, my salt, my butter, carefully, and my cream. Yep, just like I thought. So that will clear up now in a second. And to that, I'm going to be adding in my remaining sugar, and I'm just going to be stirring all of that through. Now, things have calmed down just a little bit. So as you can see, all of my ingredients have come together. They have created this beautiful amber liquid. So what I'm going to be doing now is just giving this a little stir so it doesn't stick to the bottom. And when this reaches 120 degrees Celsius, I'm going to be taking this off and I'm just going to be stirring this. And as it cools, it will naturally thicken. And then I'll be adding in my gem walnuts and raisins. So I have a little sugar thermometer here. So I'm just going to be popping that in, and then I'll be keeping an eye on that so it reaches the temperature that I'm looking for. Can we just take a moment to appreciate the colour of this fudge? Look at the consistency. It is rich, smooth, velvety, absolutely delicious. So that reached 120. I took that off the heat, and I'm just stirring this now off the heat until it starts to thicken up. And I can actually feel that at the moment, just with the wooden spoon, that this is beginning to thicken up slightly. This is what you generally do for like a hand paddled fudge, where you would just kind of agitate and work the mix until it starts to almost crystallize, and then it'll start to thicken up. So when this thickens up a little bit more, I have my beautiful gem raisins and walnuts, and I'm going to be adding those to this fudge mix here, and then I'm just going to be stirring those through, and they go into a lined container to firm up. That will take about 2 hours or so at room temperature, and then they're good to go. Now, as you can see, the more I agitate and work this here, the thicker this is getting. It's also losing a bit of its shine as it starts to almost mattify. But as you can see, as I stir that, it's almost leaving the trail as I stir it. The one thing that you need to be very careful here with is that you don't let it cool too much, because it will actually just kind of firm up in the pot here. So you still need to be able to pour this into your lined tray and spread it out when it goes into the tray. So don't let it firm up too much, because then you'll be eating it out of the pot, basically. So I'm happy with the consistency of this here. I'm just going to be adding in my raisins, my gem raisins and walnuts, and just stirring that through. And by adding that in, that is also going to be thickening up the fudge as well. So I'm just going to pour this now into my lined tin and allow that to set up. Just with a spoon now, as you can see, the consistency of that has completely firmed up. That's what I was saying in the last little video, not to let it cool too much in the pot, because it will thicken up quite fast on you. So just like so, I'm just going to be pushing that down into all the corners of my tin. And I'm just going to let that firm up for about 2 hours, and that's it, good to go. So my delicious walnut and raisin fudge has been sitting out now for 2 hours. Again, the longer you leave this, the firmer it will become. So it's still kind of, I suppose, a little bit soft at the moment and creamy. So, so gorgeous. I'm after trimming the end pieces here just to have a little taste. It's amazing. The bitterness of the walnuts just works so well with the raisins and that lovely sweet buttery fudge. So I've just portioned it here. So I just want to lift it up here to show you the consistency of what it's like in the center. Beautiful distribution there of walnuts and raisins, gorgeously fudgy, soft, and so easy to make. So yes guys, that is my beautiful jam inspired walnut and raisin fudge. Ideal for little sweet treats. Again, you can pop these into a container and they will keep for up to 4 weeks easily. So if you do try this recipe out at home, please do let us know.